The night Eros' love story died, the Suya man on her street had just shouted, "Last round!" And the air still smelled of pepper smoke and perfume lies. Ero was sitting on her blue velvet couch, wearing a silk dress, her lashes long and perfect, and her nails shining like glass. She looked like a queen in a Nigerian romance movie. Happy, glowing, and engaged to a man everyone called Rajesh, the sweet-talking Indian tech bro from Lekki Phase 1. Her phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. "You're not the only one he calls my queen. Ask him what happened on January 12th. Ask him who sang with him at the bus park." Her heart stopped. Her finger hovered over the screen. She read it again. Then again. The room went quiet. Even the fan seemed to stop spinning. Ero slowly took off her lashes like a woman removing armor before battle. She turned to Rajesh, who was sitting beside her, smiling like a soft goat, watching a football highlight on mute. "Baby," she said sweetly, "where were you on January 12th? He blinked. "Mile. What?" Ero didn't blink. "I said, where were you on January 12th? Rajesh scratched his neck. "Ah, that's a long time ago, nah. Probably work." "Why?" Her voice dropped like rain hitting a tin roof. "You sure it wasn't the park? You sure you weren't singing love songs with someone named Beezy?" His smile cracked. Just a little. That was when the chaos began to boil. Earlier that week, Ero had shown off her diamond stone ring on Instagram with the caption, "Japa marriage Buru did it again. Shout out to Zebi and Shaparu, the baddest plug in the city." Zebi and Shaparu were her ride-or-die friends. Street-smart girls who claimed they had found a shorter cut to Canada, through marriage to lonely foreigners. It was bold, it was wild, and it worked. At least, that's what everyone thought. "Answer me well," Ero snapped now, her voice no longer sweet. "Are you Rajesh or Rashid?" His mouth opened. No sound came out. Then footsteps thundered up the stairs. Mama Alego burst into the room like a hurricane with earrings. "Where is he?" she shouted, her wrapper flying behind her. "Where is the Indian that thinks he can deceive my daughter?" Eros' eyes widened. "Mummy, how did you get here?" Mama Alego held up her phone. "The Lord revealed it through WhatsApp. Someone just sent me a video of this man singing, 'You are the tomato to my rice,' at Ojulegba bus park. He was wearing toilet cleaner uniform." Toilet cleaner. Everyone turned to Rajesh. "Sorry, Rashid." His mouth was still open. Ero stood slowly, her eyes burning. You told me you were building a tech company in VI. You told me your name was Rajesh Kumar. I was going to explain." "Explain what?" Mama Alego screamed. "That you were born in Ilorin, not India. That your real name is Rashid Kumapei, and you work as janitor at White Bridge Plaza." He tried to speak. Tried to kneel. But Ero raised her hand. "Get out." He froze. She whispered again, colder. "Get out." He picked his slippers. Mama Alego picked her phone. Ero picked her pride. And just like that, the love story crashed like Nipa in the rain. The video hit TikTok by morning. Indian lover turned toilet mopper. The Ojulegba Bollywood star. Nigerian girls beware. See what fake Japa love looks like. By noon, over 2 million views. And at the center of the shame, Zebi and Shaparu, the best friends, the matchmakers, the lies behind the ring. They sat in their cramped office, a corner stall behind a hair salon in Suralere, filled with scented candles, Indian scarves, and old wedding posters. Zebi, with her long red braids and tiger print leggings, was pacing. "Ero has blocked us. I can't even log into our business page. People are posting crazy comments." Shaparu, who always wore glasses with no lens, looked pale. One woman said she'll invoke an oracle if we don't refund her money. She said the man we gave her ran away with her rice cooker and her Glow SIM card. A knock came at the window. Zebi opened it and nearly fainted. 2 angry women stood outside holding signs. "Japa marriage is a scam. Zebi and Shaparu stole my husband." A plastic bottle flew and hit the window. "We want our money back," the crowd screamed. "Or blood." They slammed the window shut. That night they tried to run. They stuffed their wigs, rings, and dollars into one pink duffel bag and called a bike man. But before they could escape, a black Toyota Camry pulled up. A tall woman in a sharp suit stepped out and handed them a brown envelope. "You are hereby served. Court case. Fraud, deception, and emotional damage." Before the girls could say, "Wait," another voice said, "You are under arrest." 2 police officers grabbed them, one by the sleeve, one by the wig, and just like that, from marriage brokers to jailbirds, they were taken to a hot cell in the heart of the city. It smelled like old Gary water, broken dreams, and betrayal. Zebi looked at the cockroach near her leg. Chaparral looked at the rat near the wall. And both of them looked at each other. Zebi whispered, "Are we going to die in here?" Chaparral sighed, "I just wanted to be famous." Zebi nodded, tears in her eyes. "Me too." But far away, someone was watching. Someone powerful. Someone who would offer them a dangerous chance at freedom. The jail cell was hot like the devil's kitchen. Zebi and Chaparral sat on the floor, their fancy clothes now smelling of sweat and shame. No wigs, no rings. Just 2 tired girls, a leaking ceiling, and one mosquito with too much confidence. Zebi scratched her arm. "Is it morning yet?" "No," Chaparral mumbled. "It's still the same night we failed at life." Zebi tried to laugh, but it came out like a cough. "We didn't fail. We just picked the wrong hustle." Chaparral looked away. "We lied to people, Z. We made girls believe in fake dreams. We scammed hearts." A rat ran across the floor. Zebi jumped and whispered, "And now we're paying rent in Rat Kingdom." They both went quiet. Outside, the world was still watching their downfall. Their story had become the new joke of the internet. Zebi and Chaparral. From Japa queens to Japa criminals. Matchmaking mafia exposed in Lagos. Japa Buru girls now sharing cell with cockroach gang. Every trending tag stabbed their pride. But worse than the shame was the silence. No calls. No lawyers. No family. Arrow hadn't reached out. Not even Mama Alego, who once called them her girls with brain and beauty. The world had moved on. They were just old gist now. Until the next morning. A policewoman opened the cell. "Stand up. You have a visitor." Zebi and Chaparral looked at each other. "Who?" they asked in one voice. "Barrister Eloho. From Japa Justice Foundation." A woman in a gray suit and low heels walked in. She had calm eyes, but her voice was firm. "You two are in deep trouble." Zebi tried to smile. "We know. We saw the memes." "This is not a joke," Eloho said. "You've been charged with fraud, deceit, and emotional damage. You could get 5 to 10 years. Chaparral began to cry softly. Eloho didn't flinch. "But," she continued, "there's one way out." Zebi stopped breathing. "What way?" Eloho looked at both of them. "There's a bigger scam going on in this city. A syndicate called Dreambridge Visa Link. They steal millions using fake travel offers, forged marriage documents, and identity theft." Zebi blinked. "Bigger than us." "Way bigger," Eloho said. "If you help us bring them down, you walk free." That night, Zebi and Chaparral sat alone in the cell, thinking, "What if it's a trap?" Zebi asked, "What if it's a chance?" Chaparral replied, "We're not spies, Sho. We're scammers. What's the difference?" Zebi sighed. "You think Arrow would forgive us?" "I don't know," Chaparral said. "But I think Mama Alego might not slap us if we try." Zebi laughed, then cried, then laughed again. "We're mad," she whispered. "But maybe we still have small sense," Chaparral said. And just like that they agreed. By morning the mission had begun. They were given new clothes, phones with hidden voice recorders, and fake names. Zebi became Fatima, a businesswoman looking to send 12 cousins to Canada. Chaparral became Linda, a nurse trying to marry a German man in 6 days. They were told not to joke, not to act smart, and not to trust anyone. Things went wrong, they were on their own. Dreambridge Visa Link was hidden inside a fine building in Ikeja, painted white with blue glass windows. The sign outside said, "We make your dreams fly. Travel, love, and new life abroad." Inside, there were posters of happy couples hugging at airports. Men in suits walked around with fake British accents. A woman at the desk asked, "Would you like Canada or Dubai marriage?" Zibi said, "Both. I want full package." The woman smiled. "You've come to the right place." For 2 weeks they pretended. They sat in fake seminars. They answered fake interviews. They paid fake deposits. And all the while they recorded everything. The real boss of the place was a man called Chief Godwin. He looked like a pastor but talked like a market thief. He called himself Gaudy the Gateway. One afternoon, Chief Godwin took them into his office. "You girls are sharp," he said. "You remind me of my younger self." Zibi smiled. "We try small. You want to join us fully?" he asked. "Become real partners?" Chaperu said. "We're ready." "Good," Chief said. "I'll show you the core files." He opened his drawer. Inside were fake passports, forged medical reports, blank marriage certificates, and a laptop full of visa approval stamps. Zibi's heart beat fast. "We've got him," she whispered in her mind. They signaled Eloho with a code message that night. "The wedding cake is baked." Eloho replied. "Swat comes for the cutting tomorrow. Be ready." That next morning, Chief Godwin brought everyone to the meeting room. He was planning a new scam for Japa Honeymoon Dubai 2.0. As he began talking, SWAT officers dressed in cleaning uniforms slipped into the building. One officer knocked over a mop bucket. Another sneezed too loud. Chief paused. "Why is there so much noise?" Before anyone could answer, boom! The door slammed open. "This is a raid. Nobody move." Guns pointed. People screamed. Papers flew. One scammer jumped through the window and landed in a gutter. Zibi and Chaperu dropped to their knees with their hands up, crying and laughing at the same time. Chief Godwin tried to run, but slipped on his own lies and fell face flat into the mop water. By sunset, the operation was over. Dreambridge was shut down. 35 victims were found in the files. Fake passports were burned. And Chief Godwin was handcuffed and muttering prayers that didn't help. The sky was cloudy, but the sun still pressed on Lagos like a secret trying to come out. Zibi and Chaperu sat quietly on the back seat of the police van, hands free, hearts not so sure. Outside, the city moved on. Cars honked. Danfo drivers shouted. Life didn't care who had just helped bust a criminal empire. Just kept going. Zibi leaned her head against the window. "So this is what freedom feels like." Chaperu looked up. "It feels like nothing. Like everything and nothing." Zibi nodded. "I thought it would feel like fireworks." "Maybe fireworks are for people with clean pasts," Chaperu said softly. They arrived at the station gates. 2 officers opened the van door. Barrister Eloho stood by the exit, arms folded, lips tight. "You are now officially out," she said. "No charges. But also, no hiding." Zibi stepped down slowly. "Thank you, Ma." Chaperu followed, her hands still shaking. "We'll be better." "I hope so," Eloho said. "Your names are clean now. Don't dirty them again." They both nodded like children being handed back their futures. As they walked through the gate, a small group of people clapped. Not many. Just a few. One woman from a nearby shop. A man who once bought a fake visa but forgave them. A boy on a bicycle who had followed their drama on TikTok and just wanted to see the bad girls turned brave. Then from the corner she came. Uro. Her white dress fluttered slightly in the breeze. No makeup this time. No camera. No mother. Just her. Zibi stopped. "She came again," Chaperu whispered. "You think she'll slap us this time?" But Ero didn't raise her hand. She raised her chin. Walked slowly up to them. Looked them dead in the eyes. and said, "Do you feel the pain now?" They both nodded. "Good," she said. "Pain teaches what pride hides." Zibi began to cry. "I didn't mean for things to go so far." "But you let them," Arrow replied. "You dressed the lies in glitter. You gave hearts to strangers for cash." Chaparral's lips trembled. "We're sorry." "I know," Arrow said. "But don't say it again. Just change." She turned to leave. But then she paused, looked back once, and said, "When you were scamming me, I had real dreams. I had a savings box called Canada. You didn't just trick me. You emptied that box in my heart." Zibi opened her mouth to reply, but nothing good came out. Arrow gave a small nod. "Use your freedom wisely. Don't waste it on stories that end in jail." Then she walked away. And this time she didn't look back. The girls stood there for a long time. Then, without speaking, they turned and began to walk. Not to a car, not to a hotel, just walk. Two young women, bags on their backs, hearts heavy, feet tired, but alive. As they passed through the streets of Surulere, people stared. Some pointed, some whispered, some shouted jokes like, "Where's the Indian lover? Still mopping toilet? Zibi, you day find new husband for me." Zibi smiled weakly. Chaparral didn't answer. They reached a quiet corner by the roadside. An old wooden bench stood under a mango tree. A tired woman was selling akara and pap beside it. Zibi touched her stomach. "I'm hungry." "Me too," Chaparral said. They sat down and ordered 2 wraps of akara and a cup of cold pap each. No one asked for discount. No one called them madam. Just 2 normal girls with messy pasts and hungry mouths. They ate in silence. Then Zibi looked at the akara seller. The woman was fanning her charcoal fire with one hand, twisting dough with the other, and still smiling like life owed her nothing. Zibi tapped Chaparral. "You see her?" "Yes." No makeup, no wig, no fake accent, no fake ring. Chaparral chewed slowly. "And no trouble." Zibi nodded. "We need to start again." Chaparral looked up. "Where?" Zibi shrugged. "Anywhere that has real fire, not fake love." Chaparral chuckled. "So not Twitter." They both laughed. It was the first real laugh in months. Later that evening, they walked past a corner shop that sold drinks and jollof rice. A sign hung crooked on the wall. "Rice and respect served hot." Zibi paused. "What if we opened something like this?" Chaparral raised an eyebrow. "A jollof rice shop." "Why not?" Zibi said. "Honest work. No wigs, no schemes. Just food and fresh air." Chaparral looked at the tiny shop. "We don't even have money. We'll start small. Clean. We know how to sell stories. Now let's sell rice." Chaparral whispered. "Rice won't break hearts." Zibi smiled. "Exactly." They stood there for a moment, staring at the jollof sign like it was a passport to peace. Then, quietly, they made a promise. No papers signed. No witnesses. Just the mango tree, the moon, and the lessons carved into their scars. A promise to never sell dreams again. Only rice. Hot, honest, local rice. If you have not subscribed to my channel, you might not hear my voice again. But if you are, then you are growing every day. Check my page for more interesting stories. Thanks for watching.